All right, here we are again with the Slay Industries second edition podcast. This is going to be season 3, episode 10. We are playing the season finale part 2, as it were. And tonight we have a few players returning and a few sitting in the wings waiting for a spot. But we're just going to go down the list here. Diamond, introduce your character.
Hey, I'm Sputnik, playing Advanced Carrion, Heavy Support Package.
All right, and then we got Jacob.
Heyo, my name is Jacob, and I play Damocles, the Xeno with Scout Package. He's obviously the best scout, and whoever says otherwise is going to get bullet in the head.
Sweet. Cody.
I'm playing Rooney, the Waster, that somehow is an investigator admin person.
Yes. And then now we have Brenna back again.
Yep, I will be Scully this time. The advanced carrion tech package.
And Dawson.
Hey, I'm playing Krieg, the scout, the better scout than Damocles. I'm gonna beat him to death.
And Drew.
Fighting words.
Like to see you try.
Drew playing Animus, the Ebon Medic.
And eating apparently. It's okay. I have coffee to drink. And then Scotty is waiting in the wings as well as Vortex.
I do just want to add that even though I'm waiting, I'm going to fill in as a slightly better assassin scout than my other Xeno brethren.
It does seem likely.
Yeah.
Just whip it out and
Really?
No, I'm just kidding.
Bruh. Anyway.
So,
yeah.
I need to turn you down a little bit, Jacob. Hold on one sec.
Oh, really? Oh,
You're
am
just
I loud again?
You're just loud on my end.
Testing 1 2 testing.
Oh, it's because I have you up at like 114%.
Why?
Apparently you were quiet some other night. So, all right. But anyways, just to recap, y'all are standing outside Hole 2. There is a tent city of medical tents, tons of soldiers around. You guys are standing there. It is just pouring rain. You guys are standing and Brenna, you're there now. If you have any questions, try to ask the squad, but otherwise I'll fill in, what they don't know. And here's your platinum VPN.
Yeah, she's just gonna kind of stand around with a smile on her face, pretending like she knows what's happening when she doesn't fucking know.
So,
Damocles will do the same.
Oh yeah, shit. Sorry guys, y'all should catch up with the squad and see what they think about things. I'm getting feedback.
Good thing is we haven't left yet. We were just getting ready to leave.
Yep.
Yeah, we literally were just sitting there.
Well, she will roll up and get out and be like,
swear
"Hey guys!"
to God.
You want me to leave your dice alone? Give me my color.
Okay, so
Okay.
hey, Scully, or
what's
Brenna,
up?
Brenna, sorry, out of character.
Oh, out of character. What's going on?
Do you still have your APC? Do you still have an APC?
Nope.
No.
Oh no, that would have been so great to have here. All right, carry on.
Yeah.
Anyway, is it alright if Damocles is just tagging along with Scully? I don't know, having a picnic or some shit.
Wait a minute, that's right. Of course we don't have it because never mind.
No, Scully has her APC. It was repaired.
Oh, what?
Did I do have it? Yay! I did. Okay.
I will
But
say you
does she have it? Okay.
I mean, it's here if you want it to be here.
Yes, I do.
All right.
So that means we got a flatbed, we have some bikes, and we have an APC. That's
Y'all didn't get a flatbed. Y'all got bikes. If you wanted them. Nope.
No.
Drew chose bikes.
Okay, I misheard. Okay.
Bikes
Nope.
are easier.
Yep. So while you guys are standing there in the rain, I just want to say, like I said, there's some people going through some rather loud conversations about, what the hell is going on out there in Cannibal Sector and why the fuck are they out there, honestly, at this point. But Jacob, Damocles.
Yes.
You're sitting there contemplating your life choices when you pat one of your skin pockets because you're a Xeno, and you remember that your little one, your little dependent, gave you a little good luck gift. It was like a napkin from the local Otali's. It's a fast food burger chain that apparently she doesn't eat because she prefers real meat, but but she did give you a little napkin to stick in your Or I guess she stuck a napkin in your skin pocket, because that's just kind of weird.
All right. Is there anything on the napkin? Like,
Oh, you pull the napkin out. Man, it's crazy how this stuff works. You pull the napkin out, and you can see there's a lump in there. The lump appears to be some kind of seed.
Oh.
It's a large seed, by the way. You don't really know much about seeds, being a test tube baby and probably being, I don't know, 5 to 6 years old at max. But
Like,
just, but depending. But there are these things called seeds, and sometimes people eat them.
Don't eat it.
I'm just gonna
Like
look
peanuts
at
in
the
a
seed,
bar.
and I'm gonna put it back in gonna fold it back into my skin pouch, and
It's a lucky
wait.
seed. So look, when you die, the seed will germinate in your skin pouch.
Yep, that's always fun.
Seems like a realistic thing to do.
Yeah, so I put the seed back in the napkin, and the average size, I'm assuming it's like the size of a ping pong ball. The seed,
Yeah,
or
it's
an
about.
avocado
Yeah,
seed.
it's about. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I'll just fold the napkin over and put it back in my pouch. The closest one where it's least likely for someone to, I don't know, can someone try to nick out of a skin pouch? Because I feel like I'll
I
feel
mean, they
that.
could, but that's really weird. Like you're reaching in
Yeah.
someone's bodily orifice to steal things.
God, it's like trying to steal like a a Joey from a mother kangaroo.
I mean, there's things about people, taking things in airplanes in strange places. But we're not gonna go there.
Yeah.
Prison pockets.
And anyway, continuing on.
Whoever is going special with your dice, I'm going to murder you.
That's Drew and Ryder fighting.
Oh, the audio quality for the
I know who's
podcast
getting the
is
extra
amazing.
damage this game.
Hey, at least it won't.
They're learning about the
be
flick tool.
Wait, I'm missing a model. Where'd the big one go?
They tend to be in the sky if you throw them off the table. Like this dice over here that's just floating in front of me. Okay, so but back to basics. You guys are on a mission, and when you choose to either catch your squad up about it, however you like, or whenever you choose to proceed, just let me know. Otherwise,
Well,
y'all can dick around.
Well, I
Okay,
mean,
so is everyone actually here? So I'm gonna go ahead and go out of my way to make sure to call Scully and Damocles to be like, hey, get your ass here.
For y'all's purposes,
Can you-
Damocles and Scully have just shown up in the APC
Perfect.
to
What's
meet y'all
that?
slightly behind the rest of y'all. Assume that they were late and they don't have any of the information that y'all have.
I'm just gonna walk up and be like, don't ask questions. Just go
Okay.
with us and hope y'all are fully heavily armored.
Okay.
I am my armor. What's the jab?
When we say kill, you go.
Oh, it's gonna be another one of these, isn't it?
Well, given
Pretty
that you're
much.
on the wall to cannibal sector, it's probably going to be one of those. Yeah.
What kind of character was Scully? Part of the
The original,
Nope.
no, that was a frother.
Yeah,
I
that was
don't know
Stormy.
exactly when she swapped characters, but I know it was sometime after that mission, sometime in season 2,
Hey, Brennan.
probably early. Yeah.
If it's too late, you can shoot me down. Is it okay if I spend some credit to get new magazines?
Bang, bang, bang. I'm just kidding. I'm not shooting you down. No, you can. Everyone was given the opportunity to stock up before they left town.
Okay, cool. I'm just gonna get myself a grenade and more armor piercing.
That sounds like a reasonable thing to do.
Yeah.
Now, take note. If you have AP rounds loaded in your gun, be honest about it. Or if you don't have AP rounds loaded in your gun, be honest about it. When combat starts, you'll need to swap to whatever kind of ammo you're trying to use. That being
Yep.
said, if you just leave AP in all the time, you don't have to worry about that. It's just a little bit more expensive.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy, this is gonna be fun.
It's just
So
money.
if y'all want to go ahead and note that everyone is loading AP rounds that has AP rounds, we would appreciate that.
Yep. Get that
Yeah.
sucker out your mouth. Let's go.
It's part of my religion to not have anything but AP rounds.
All right, Mandalorian.
It's 50%
Need 'em.
more, right?
Yeah, 50% on top of the typical cost.
Yep, got it.
And
So
just
I'm gonna pull everyone.
and just so everybody can see, I did pull a map of CS1. Y'all, there is a map available at the post, and I'm gonna assume y'all just pick one up. Just so we can all have a visual aid. And I threw this picture of the croak, which is the ravens from Cannibal Sector, just as a visual aid to show what Cannibal Sector kind of looks like, and you know how big those fucking crows are.
Well, that looks fun.
So
Big boy.
it's definitely turkey dinner time.
Are they edible?
They're absolutely edible. Those mutant
Unspeakable.
croaks. The keyword being mutant.
Mm.
I mean, super mutants are edible if you're brave enough.
Yeah, all the if it's made of meat, you can eat.
So I'm gonna go ahead and kind of pull everyone together. That way we can go ahead and start getting a little bit of a game plan together.
Seems very reasonable. Rather than inconvenience.
So is everyone agreeing we're gonna get together?
Yeah,
Yep.
I assume who has Drew issued a bike to?
No one. We never got that far.
Okay, y'all need to figure out all your arrangements here.
Yeah, that was part of this. Well, Brenna has the APC now, so how many can Scully carry?
Everyone.
Cool. So, can we put the bikes on the APC, like on the back?
If you had a stormer here, you could lift them up, put them on top. I would say you could. I said those were pretty big bikes. I would say you could feasibly load one bike into the APC. That's it.
Okay.
Does a strength score of 6 help?
I mean, if a bike's, I mean, I'm assuming the bikes are gonna be 600-700 pounds, like in real life. So like, I mean, you'd really,
What if I try
you could.
really hard? No, I'm just kidding.
I mean, you and a couple other guys could do it. There's plenty of people, you know, here to do that. That being said, it would be hard to secure it up there, and I don't think they tolerate being tipped over very good.
Oh,
Yeah.
sure.
Bikes don't like that
So
kind of
with
stuff.
everyone together, I'm gonna ask: would y'all rather ride in one vehicle altogether, or do you think we should have 2 people on bikes and then everyone in the convoy?
Okay, so personally, out of character, I don't have a drive skill. I have a military drive skill, so I wouldn't do too hot on my
Military drive is for the APC.
Yeah, I wouldn't do too hot on a bike. Now I could maybe support fire out of the gun spot with my gun.
Okay, does anyone outside of character, does anyone actually have drive other than Brenna? And
I do. I have motorcycle 1.
yeah, but you already have a motorcycle.
No, I have my personal one. I don't have one assigned to me here.
Yeah.
Is there like military motorcycles?
These are military motorcycles, yes.
Okay.
Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. Ryder, you and Diamond, why don't y'all ride together on your bike in front of us in the APC? That way, if y'all scout something or see something coming, y'all can kind of give a little bit of a heads up, and you have backup.
Okay.
And then everyone else can load in the APC, and we can start the move out. Sound like a plan?
Yep.
Sure, let's do it.
Then let's get a move on.
All right. So just to be clear, who's in the APC?
Me.
So it'll be Rooney, Animus, Damocles, and Scully.
So there's 4 people who, and so who's not in the APC?
That would be Sputnik and Ryder's character that I cannot remember the name.
Krieg.
Creed.
In that event, are they riding together or separate?
They're riding on one.
Okay. Okay. Sounds good to me. Um, and like I said, if you get whenever you guys are ready to head out, um, y'all are free to exit the area.
Wonderful. Let's go.
Okay. All right.
Also, side note, can people stop building shit on my name on here, please?
I mean, I could move all this. Well, I don't know what's going on. Oh, they're piling all that crap. Okay, y'all take care of that. I got a DM. Um. So, anyways, y'all are queuing up to exit the area. You don't see too many people heading out. Every now and then somebody heads in. Y'all move up to the rather daunting gate, um, and the 3 foot, or I'm sorry, you can't, yeah, 3 meter thick steel door opens. After a while, to allow y'all to drive through. There's not a whole lot of space. Um, it's probably enough for 4 APCs to fit side by side. Um, so y'all, I guess it's okay. What the fuck? Why? All right. So, anyways, y'all pull on in, and y'all realize, just like last time, well, some of you have never experienced this, that you have to drive through a series of what I would term locks. There's 4 doors total. The door in front of you opens, and then you drive in. It closes behind you, and then another door in front of you opens up. You do realize that in each one of these areas that y'all are being contained in, while it's waiting to open the next door, there's flamers on the wall, so that's fun. Uh, you know, but it just makes things so damn convenient. But anyways, so y'all, the final door opens, and like I said, it kind of opens into kind of this looking environment. Um, you can see the sky, but it is formidable and dark. It is much darker than it is in this picture. The weather is absolutely inclement. The rain is just pouring down. Um, and from the moment you get on the other side of hole two, you can see that all of the infrastructure of the city is just crumbling, if not already collapsed. You guys can see huge piles of rubble, especially near the gate and the walls, because a lot of those buildings over the years have been bombed to shit. Um, Basically creating a little bit more of a kill zone for anything near the wall. Um, let's see. Um, you guys can see, and like I said, immediately near the gate. I mean, the terrain is pretty rough and rocky. Uh, there is a flood of mud just everywhere. And I will say, you immediately you start having troubles steering and keeping things on the road, as it were. Um, let's see. You can see pushed to the side of the main road, which is about 4 APCs wide, at least for now. And there's probably about 8 inches of mud. You could assume that y'all are driving through. Like I said, it's kind of a mess. You see, there's 8 rusted out Jeeps that have been pushed off the road. And they've been stripped for parts, like everything's off of them. And there's at least one APC. That is just it's stuck in the mud off the side of the road. It's over the wheels. Um, right now I want a drive 7 for each one of the people driving.
Uh, Pass with a degree.
Hmm? Okay.
Two degrees
Ryder,
of
was that you
success.
driving? Oh, okay. And Brennan got 3.
Me
Okay.
on the motorcycle.
Well, 2 degrees of success.
2 degrees. Okay. You guys know that like where you worst drivers, you might be getting stuck very quickly out here. And like I said, at least the conditions immediately close to the close to the gate are not so bad. Hey guys, with the toys, let's chill out.
He's locked the rest of them.
And
I mean, whoever locked them, thank you, but we'll figure it out in a minute. All right. So who's in front? Is the motorcycle in front or is the APC in front?
Motorcycle.
Motorcycle's in front. Motorcycle persons, I want y'all to make a detect check since y'all can see better. Driver of the APC, you can make a detect check at a harder difficulty. Yours is going to be a 10. The motorcycle's going to be a 7.
If I'm sitting in the
Pass
front
with a
seat,
degree
can I
again.
make a detect?
At the 10, yes.
I
Pass
need
with a
dice.
degree again.
Pass with 2.
Pass with 2 degrees?
I do
Okay.
not. I do not. I do not botch, but I do not succeed.
Okay.
Okay, I need dice.
So the
I'm
2
gonna
on the motorcycle, y'all both passed?
Yep, I passed with a degree.
Yes.
I'm going to murder someone. All right.
in my defense, it was entirely accidental.
Okay.
I passed with 2 degrees.
I can't get the APC.
Well, we'll need it eventually, I think. Those of you who passed, you can see that as you're kind of heading out of the gate, and you're just following kind of a rudimentary path, like because you guys really aren't entirely well. Anybody with I'll assume survival can do the southeast northwest thing, and they can
I got you.
generally give y'all a heads up on which direction to head. Um, but those of you who passed, again, y'all are actually passing like on an old overpass that hasn't collapsed. I mean, it looks like it could collapse any day now. And there's some old street signs, and there's this old like, that big metal thing that they hang the street names on.
Yep.
There are what looks like 4 decapitated bodies strung up from that. Um, as y'all pass by.
First,
Jeez, okay.
Not that it matters. Let's
I
see.
mean, it could be enemy presence. Depends on how they are, how old they are.
Somebody said they made multiple successes. Who made 2 successes?
I made
oh,
2.
I did.
Okay.
I made one.
Those of you who made multiple successes, multiple degrees of success, you can kind of see, these style buildings kind of over here in the piece of artwork that I threw out for you guys. You can see that those buildings seem to be the norm rather than the exception, except for there's a handful of them that even in the torrential downpour you can see that are covered with something. You stare at it for just a moment, and you realize that they are covered in webbing. They are cocooned up, like completely. Um, if you had survival or sector lore, I would allow you to make a test on that to understand what that means or what that is. But elsewise, we're just gonna ignore it and keep going.
Well, I happen to have now 1 rank in sector lore.
Okay.
Thought it would be something to pick up after game last night.
Yeah, you can make a roll if you like. Seems appropriate to have sector lore.
I did not hold it right down. It's
I believe it's a
modifier.
knowledge.
Shit, knowledge. Okay,
Isn't lore?
I
Is it
think
make
all
lore?
lures. I think all lures are knowledge.
I believe you're right.
It wouldn't be that cool if it was cool. So strength don't make sense for that.
All right, 1 second. So it's gonna be a +2. Jeez, this is gonna be a bad roll. All right.
That's cool. Difficulty's 10.
Yeah, no.
Okay. You got your luck back now.
I do.
You want to use it?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Are you
and
serious?
that allows me to reroll. No, I don't want to because it's just a knowledge roll.
No, it's cool.
Come on. But then you could be really cool.
You could be the person that knows things.
Yeah.
And then next time something happens, they'll be like, "Hey, the guy who knows things. What do you know?"
Yeah, but I couldn't get in a sticky situation later and need that luck roll. And
Oh, okay.
Nah. You'll be fine.
It's never a problem.
I mean,
Okay.
last time it went fine for you when you went to.
So real quick, just because y'all are in Cannibal Sector 1, because it's a thing, and it's probably, at least from what y'all have heard, when the people who know have been talking shit about it out of game because it's fucking dangerous as shit. So I want a fear test from everybody. Difficulty 10.
Okay.
Just take a D10, add your
Can
cool to it,
you
and
Oh,
you're just
spawn
trying
me
to
some
beat a 10.
dice, please?
I will. Well, if I could get my mouse to work properly. What the hell?
I pass.
Ooh, I
Alright, hold on.
pass.
Copy. And you are
let
over
go.
here.
Jesus, there it goes. My God.
Paste. There you are.
Thank you. And
Huh.
then
Drew, why the fuck are your dice all the way back here?
Because I can.
Okay.
and
Saying
then
he's probably
what is
hiding
it? It's
What?
one
He's
d10
hiding.
plus cool.
Mm-hmm. Hazelnut coffee for the win.
And what?
DC 10.
DC 10.
Oh, I did not pass. I did not bodge, but I did not pass.
Okay.
My fucking dice.
So, for anybody that passed, it's a mere fear 1, which means I have it over here. Subtract 1 from your skill die rolls until I say the scene changes. Which driving is the scene. Anybody else? Anybody else fail, or are y'all all good?
Oh, I failed.
I
Brenna
pass.
failed. That's interesting.
Yep.
Exceedingly
Not a
cool.
botch, just a fail.
Drew, you're using
Roll
your
luck,
exceedingly
bitch.
cool.
Yep.
This is your one chance to use it this game, and you're using your exceedingly cool. I'm just noting it to myself.
Yep.
It's all gravy. Let's see.
Oh, when I inject myself with drugs later, we'll be fine.
I think this would be an opportune time to trigger Damocles' enemy. But I forgot. So we'll just keep going.
You're going to give me a heart attack one of these days.
I did it last game. Well, last time you played, so I don't want to do it every game. Or maybe that's that thing in your pocket.
Let's not talk about that. Let's not talk about that.
Sorry. All right. So, anyways, does anybody else have anything to add before we continue? Andrew's playing with dice.
So, what happened to the people who failed?
Anybody who failed, they got a -1 to their success dice for tests for the remaining scene. Which I will say is going to pick up a little bit now. All right, now that you guys have made it pretty far away from the Cannibal Sector wall, you guys realize that the driving conditions have gotten much, much worse. I need another drive test from everybody.
I hope the APC doesn't crash.
And I'm not trying to be unfair, but I am going to say the driving conditions are listed as impossible. So it's going to be a 13.
Are you?
Nope. If it's a 13.
The bikes have a slightly easier time of it.
I'll make the bikes have a 10.
Oh, then I pass.
Good job.
Fuck.
Please remember, if
Nope.
you have a negative for fear, use it.
Don't fail. I don't botch, but I do fail.
You don't botch. Brenna, you stick your APC in the mud. It's not going anywhere for a little while. Now I know that time is no object for you guys, so I guess you have all the time in the world. If you guys want to load out and help her unstuck her APC, or you could sit there and spin the tires for a little while. That usually works. I've seen that on TV. That usually works.
Damocles will go out and see like which area is like mostly stuck, like which tire of the many tires on this APC is stuck, and try to
Okay.
like.
Since
Is it
Damocles was
possible?
riding inside the APC, when you open up the metal door for your APC, you realize that there's several inches of mud on the outside and it makes it difficult to push open. But when you do push it, the wind catches it and just snatches the motherfucker. And you get pelted in the face with rain immediately. Like it is pouring cats and dogs out there. And I'm just trying to reiterate that the driving conditions are absolutely miserable. Um, but you step
I'll,
out and into about 12 inches of mud.
all right, and I'll just slowly slog my way out, seeing if anyone else is gonna help me move this thing.
Okay.
Scully will get out too and try and see what's going on.
All right. You're not even sure where the road is, if there is a road right here. There are large rocks sticking up out of this liquid mud, and you know, if you had a winch, you could probably go attach it Dennis Nedry style to like an ancient light post, or
Is there a winch on the APC or
I
no?
think there is. I'll say there is because it wouldn't make sense if there wasn't.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
well
The
then, yeah,
model
we'll
of
try and winch it out.
Okay. I will say, yeah, you pull yourself out of the at least immediate hole, but it's gonna take y'all, I don't know, 20, 30 minutes just sitting there. Who all got out? Who all got out and's walking around in the mud?
I
Uh,
did.
I
yeah, I
need to
know
have a
the
piece
two
of
of us
paper.
definitely.
I'm scared, so I'm just gonna say no.
You know what? I don't think that's not really a bad answer while in CS. So,
Also,
and I'm
for
sorry,
the sake,
who said they were out walking around in the mud?
that would
That
be
was me and
me. And
Damocles.
Okay.
actually, if it could Damocles be like on Overwatch, just to take a look around, make sure they're not like being watched by anyone, because this is Cannibal Sector 1, so
Okay.
yeah, you got to be extra careful.
Some of you all sit. You're on watch. Go ahead and make a detect for me if you're going to be on watch.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
Can the people on the bikes also make one since we're sitting here looking around?
Yeah, I'll give it to you. Due to the conditions, I'm going to make it more difficult. It's going to be a difficulty 10.
That wasn't a roll. Roll,
What's
please.
what's the target number for me? For me, who's not on a bike?
10.
Nope.
Yep. Oh,
Yeah, if
and
you're not in an APC, if you're outside or on a bike, I'm not giving you any additional negatives to your view. But remember your fear test. So if you fail the fear test, you get a -1 to your success dice.
okay, so all right, I failed, but not a botch.
Okay. Anybody else?
I got 2 3s and a 10, so no, I didn't fail. I didn't botch, but I failed.
Okay.
What
What's
is
up?
it? I'm sorry.
They're making detect checks, just looking
Make a
around
detect.
while
Me and you need to make a detect.
Okay.
they're pulling the Jurassic Park Dennis Nedry thing.
Clever girl. Yep.
Clever girl.
Do it, Diamond. You need a 10. Do it.
Yeah. What the hell?
Do it, Diamond.
If you hover over it, it says 6.
Luck it.
See? No, it's a pass.
Oh, it's fast.
How good of a pass?
I'll pass.
Just pass, unfortunately.
Um, you can see kind of off in I guess kind of sort of in the path that y'all were taking since you were or since the I think you were on the bike. Um, you can see kind of off the side of the road, way up ahead. You can see kind of some figures moving around. Um, and you got a scout helmet?
Yes.
Yeah, and so like I guess you can use their little zoom feature, so that would reduce some of your negatives for long distance. You can see that it's there's a group of humans out there, and it's probably about 20 people. They look human, at least from this distance. They don't look like they're it doesn't look like a bunch of people in heavy armor, but it looks like 20 people, and they do seem to kind of be. They're halfway making an attempt to hide from you guys. Halfway.
Okay, well, I'll relay the information to the squad.
You can see that some of them look like they may have long guns. Some of them.
Relaying information to squad.
Okay.
Wow.
Brenda, give me a drive check at DC 10 to see if you can pull yourself out.
No.
Nope.
Oh,
Botch or fail?
botch or fail?
My success dice was a 1.
There's no auto fail now. I'm not doing auto fails anymore.
Okay. Um.
Thank God.
Sounds like a hard roll though.
So wait, remind me again then with the roll change. Hold on. What's a botch then?
Botch is everything fails.
Everything fails. Okay, then no, yeah, no. It's
Botch?
not a botch. It's not a botch.
What's your plus?
5.
Oh, okay, that's your roll. Okay, so you did make one pass.
I did wait one pass,
So it's
yes.
just a failure. Brenna, you don't irrevocably mire your APC in the mud, but as the way as it goes in Slay, when you continue to fail something over and over, it just gets harder.
Yeah.
You didn't botch, which means you're not like it could be worse, but you do manage to resync your APC in a deep spot, and that winch is just it's submerged. You can still use it, but it's definitely it may start to malfunction at this point because you're not supposed to put them underwater or
Is it?
under mud.
Hold on a second.
I guess I don't know.
Who here is really strong? I have a strength of 5.
I have a strength of 6.
Unfortunately, this isn't like a soccer mom SUV or a small
Yeah.
car. This is
Yeah,
this is an
it a
armored personnel
APC,
carrier.
yeah.
I was
But
just thinking of lifting it up just enough so the winch is out of the muck. But
I mean, if there's any debris, what's it like debris-wise around us? Any concrete?
there's huge boulders, pieces of concrete, rebar. You have no idea what's under the wheels right now. And the APC is tilted significantly. It's got about, I don't know, a 30% tilt to it right now.
yeesh.
You do know if you fail again, it's going to get a lot worse.
I mean,
All right, whoever's playing TV, if you can kill it or mute it,
Sorry.
you're good.
so what kind of role will be for this? Just more survival, more
If you want to help, you want to use your brain to help her get out of a sticky situation, I would say survival. That seems
Could I
like a catch
could
all.
I make like a mechanical roll to see if I can't jury rig something up?
No, you know what? Hold on, Damocles. I honestly, this is something regarding driving. Like, it's not strictly driving, but driving's probably closer than survival. So,
okay.
I'll have you make a drive test, but let me see what she's gonna do real quick. What
Yeah,
are
I'm
you thinking
gonna.
about, Brenna?
I was just could I do a mechanical roll to see if I could do something to maybe do something to the winch to strengthen it a little bit or get it a little bit in a better
Uh,
working condition to where maybe it could give like a little bit more of an oomph to see if it couldn't help.
I'll tell you what. If you want to make I'd call it an electrical roll. If you want to make
I got electrical.
if you want to make hold on, roll the dice, odd or even. I think you got the same for both of them, don't you?
No, my mechanical is actually better than my electrical.
Odd for electrical. It's odd. So yeah. If you can make an electrical roll, see if you can I don't know what you would call it, over torque it,
Overclock it, whatever.
the equivalent for overclocking. You're
but for
you're gonna run
mechanical
this thing
stuff.
way. Hold before let me give you your difficulty. You're gonna run it way over its maximum capacity, hoping for a good shot of luck. I'm gonna make this difficulty 10.
Come on, the dice, don't fail me now, like you've been doing.
Do remember your fear negative.
-1.
1 on your success dice.
Okay, so I make exactly 10.
So you did what?
With
Did you make
with
it?
1 degree of success.
1 degree. Okay, a decent success. I'm gonna say you manage to like use your winch at maximum capacity, risking it exploding into
Risking it for the
gears and
biscuit.
pieces. And you do manage to snatch your APC back out into a reasonable position. That being said, you're still going to need to drive it out of here.
Yeah. Okay, so it's
I'll,
it's
I'll,
not stuck anymore, but there's still.
I'll allow you another 10 to get it out. I'm giving you a reroll.
Is this drive?
It's going to be a drive.
Okay.
So you're sure survival won't be able to help her in this case, like helping like getting luck out of certain.
Survival is like how to live in the wilderness. I would say this would be more drive related,
Yeah,
even though
then
that's kind of a stretch.
Freaking 1 short. That -1.
I
would
I
have
don't
had 2 successes.
What's drive?
You know what?
Drive military. Are you gonna luck this one?
I don't have it, but alright, I'm gonna let her luck it first.
Brenna,
God damn, I did worse.
Brenna, you have
Yes.
you have restuck your APC. It is not coming out. You've been out here for almost. Honestly, with all the rolls, I'm gonna say you've been out here for at least a good hour and a half. Fighting with this thing. Now, it's not too far from the gate. And y'all don't absolutely need the thing. And y'all still have 1 motorcycle with you.
Yeah, but we can't all fit on 1 motorcycle.
No, but if somebody gets injured, it's a thing.
I mean,
And
I'm
while
pretty sure
while I don't like seeing the Starship Enterprise getting blown up in every movie, the APC seems to be stuck. And it seems to be stuck for some time.
Can we come back for it later?
Absolutely.
Can we reality fold it out?
No.
Why?
Here, Cody, read this for me. But reality fold's not for cars; it's for people.
You can reality fold in anything.
The highest levels are used for transporting ships, but anyways, the APC is stuck. So does everybody pile out like the good little soldiers?
How far away from the bridgehead that we're supposed to go to?
I believe the bridgehead was 14 kilometers out.
It's about 14 miles, yeah. So it's a little. Yep. They use kilometers, I use miles, and it's a big difference. But whatever. I'm familiar with miles.
You said we're still near the gate, aren't we?
Y'all are about a mile away from the gate, yeah.
So we might want to just go back to the gate and get more transportation, because that's a long-ass way to go.
Especially with no cover.
Yeah. Y'all did have 2 more bikes you could grab.
That's fine.
If y'all got people that drive a motorcycle, we can handle that kind of shit.
Yeah, I got it.
Can we just stay in the APC until they get back with the bikes?
Mm-hmm.
For the flatbed.
Yeah.
Do what you want to do. What are y'all doing?
Yeah, so who wants to go back? Damocles would love to get back since he's pretty stealthy.
I will remind y'all, last time y'all drove through Cannibal Sector, even without the conditions as bad as they are, it was still hellish to drive that flatbed out here.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
This and the shivers very rarely use any kind of wheeled vehicles out here.
Well, I mean, shit, damn, he's gonna drive, can he? Shit.
Just to say.
Should we
If
just
that's
walk
gonna,
it?
So,
yeah, honestly, I vote we hoof it. It's a risk, but yeah, if we're gonna have constant trouble with vehicles out here, then at least we have a place to go to when shit hits the fan.
Mhm.
Yeah, the half sunken APC.
All right, so y'all lock it up.
Yo,
I am gonna say at least with this trouble with the motorcycle, y'all do have the whole squad there to push it loose from things, and it's much more manipulable, or it's lighter relatively than the APC. But that being said, so y'all take out on the road. Y'all load up. Y'all clear out the APC of any items you were storing in there that you might need.
Yeah.
So y'all would be traveling quote unquote heavy.
Agreed.
Yeah.
That seems pretty reasonable to me. All right. So what do y'all do now? Y'all
I
keep heading
assume
to
me
Endeavor?
and Diamond. I assume me and Diamond are still going to scout ahead with the bike.
Yep. Yep. And like I said, you did pass with the motorcycle, so y'all can. How far ahead are y'all gonna get ahead of the rest of everybody else?
I'd leave that up to Diamond to decide. He's got more experience here, so
I'd say no more than a quarter mile if it was y'all, like, not too far where you can still,
With the
hear
rain like it is,
us and
yeah,
be
it's hard to see.
and we'll do that.
Okay. Um. Okay. The two of you that are proceeding on the motorcycle, uh, Diamond, I believe you're the driver, and I did tell you.
I am the driver.
Oh, Krieg. All right. And was it Diamond that spotted the thing on the road up ahead?
Yep.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, Krieg's driving, and you y'all are coming right up on that group of people. I mean, it's in the most drivable path that you see. Unless y'all want to try and take it off road, but it's gonna get really rough at that point. If
Are
this
there
could
no
be
no alternate routes?
not particularly. There was one lane called Fothergill Lane between Endeavor and Hole 2, and this appears to be it, from what you can tell. You the only sign that you could probably remember about Fothergill Lane is it does have a length of barbed wire that does run down the lane. That being said, it's just torn to shit. It's no longer intact. You can kinda follow it. I'll
I got
just
you.
remind you of that.
Got you. Well, I did relay the information, so I'm sure everybody's aware now that we are about to walk into a trap.
Okay, Craig, do you keep driving?
Uh, I'm gonna stop right before we get too close, and I'm just gonna be
What's too
just
close?
turn. How far are we from them now currently?
Uh, okay, I'm gonna say 600 meters.
Okay. I'll drop about 250 meters away from him, just turn and look at Diamond and and ask him, I was like, are we going forward or are
Y'all
we
can
turning
see
around?
them much better from here if y'all wanna make another attack. The
Yep.
rest of the squad is slogging through the mud. It is not easy going, but it is. You're making
going.
steadier progress than you were with the APC.
Pass with 2.
What's the DC? It would be is it 7?
I'll say it's 7.
All right, then I pass with a degree.
Y'all both have optics. Y'all both have things that make it easier to see. Hell, one of you is a scout sniper. Um,
I have vision too, Smile. So
so you
I
can,
actually
huh?
I pass with 3 successes then because vision doesn't it give me 2 successes
So
if I have
yes,
vision
yes it
too?
does.
I pass with 3 successes. Then.
So the immediate thing you can see is, um, you can see what looks to be a bunch of, yeah, even through the rain, there's a bunch of what looks like humans just from the body size and the body shape, they're all human. They look like mostly men. Um, and about half of them have rifles. Uh, you can kind of make out honestly, you got what, 3 successes?
I passed. I got one of my success dice, and then my vision gives me 2 success
Okay,
dice
so you got three.
automatic.
It's not story changing success, but it's good. It's really good success. You can see that they've got gauze rifles, which is the weapons the shivers use. These guys might be shivers. You can't see any power armor. None of them seem to have armor on. A couple of them are seemingly aiming casually at y'all, but they're not hosing y'all down with the shiver weapons. Y'all are still pretty far off. They're probably trying to guess who y'all are and y'all are kind of making assumptions about who they are at this point. Um, what you can see what you can see is they're standing around a bunch of dead things, and because you rolled 3 successes, not epic story changing success, I will tell you that you're spotting a lot of carrion bodies at their feet. Like,
Okay.
so it's a group of about, what did I say, 24 of them. There's 24 guys over there. Most of them have rifles that you can tell, and they're wearing like trench coats because it's raining cats and dogs. And like I said, they seem to some of them seem to have taken some light cover against y'all.
Is
They seem very skeptical, but they haven't fired on you yet.
is there any markings or anything on their armor? Is there?
They don't have any armor. You see trench coats. Even shivers in
Oh,
this weather would wear trench coats.
oh, sorry. Yeah. Okay. All right. Shit.
Guess there's not going to be a family reunion.
You don't see any vehicles. I mean, obviously.
Well, chances are, if they're fighting carrion, it could be shivers.
You know what, Krieg? I'm gonna give you. You made 3 successes again. One of the things you see, you're just kind of looking around, you kind of get an eyeball on something that's a little odd. It's not insane, but it's odd. It's that you can see that there's like a nearby building, and you can see that there's actually a bunch of, you would say, stripped carrion bodies. And when I say stripped, it looks like they've been gutted. As in, like, do
Uh,
you have a point in
this is
survival?
yeah. This is something I was about to say. Is
They
this could
probably,
fall
it
under
looks like they're
survival, and I
field
do.
dressing these carrion.
Oh no.
I was gonna say they're like effigy marking, like territory marking.
No, it doesn't look like they're hanging them up like to look at. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
kind of get the impression of they're hanging them up like you would a deer.
Are they saying anything between each other?
Oh yeah,
Like, or
they're
are they just
definitely
looking?
talking.
All right, I want to read lips them.
Um, you're gonna need something
I have
insane at this distance, but go ahead.
I have read lips 3 and vision 2. So
Oh shit.
I think
and
that's a pretty. No one's ever used read lips in my game, so I'm gonna go ahead and
oh wait, I
I
need
think
another
this may
dice.
be successful.
I've got the skill, but I've never
And
thought
I've
to
got my
use it.
scope.
I have the skill too.
I've got my scope with thermal and big zoom.
Yeah, no,
It's
everybody
like a
has it,
max
but they don't ever
scope.
use it.
I got read lips 3, and I've got
Wow.
I got a high concentration. So
Dude, I'm gonna set it at a 10. This is a hard thing to do. No, I'll make it a
I'll be right
7.
back.
I'll make it a 7. Wow.
pass with 4 degrees because of my vision.
Okay, I'm gonna give you the lowdown on what they're saying entirely. Um, they're you can see them kind of talking to each other, and like when you're speaking in loud rain conditions, you kind of have to enunciate a little bit better, which makes this completely like dog shit easy for you. I don't know, simple as it were. And you see one of the guys, he's kind of leaning over to the other guy and he's yelling in his ear and he says, "Hey, so what do you think those are? They look like shivers?" And you see another one say, "Nah, no, there's there's a couple Ebons. Looks like there's Ebons. And they're like, it's probably ops. Well, you think they're gonna shoot at us? And another one's like, well, they probably would have done it by now. And the other one says, well, it's too late to run. Maybe we can just talk our way through this. And another one
Okay.
says, have you seen those fucks on TV? And another one says, they're not all like that.
I'm gonna be like basically translating this to Diamond's character as I see it, so he can help me form an opinion on if we're gonna move in or not.
Okay, how many are there?
24.
24.
God, shit. Okay.
They're not wearing armor though. They'd be, if they're being humans, they'd be fairly easy pickings.
Yeah,
But the return fire would suck.
If they're not acting hostile,
y'all are well in range of Gauss rifles. What
was that?
A person or a cat? Either ways, it should mute.
It's kind of a tough call.
I'm sorry, I was drinking water. Too much. I'm good.
It was the sound of a Scotty drinking water. That's what
it sounded like dying.
I mean, collectively as a group, what do you guys think? They're not acting openly hostile, and it doesn't sound like they plan on shooting us unless we shoot first.
I mean, you could wait until, because all of us haven't gotten there yet, right?
Yeah, you guys get there now. Y'all aren't that far behind.
Okay, so we're all there together.
Y'all are trudging up. Y'all are covered in mud. Y'all have been slipping and sliding.
Do we have the opportunity of cover as well?
Yeah, there's good cover. If you just move out of the center of the lane, you guys can get fair cover. If you guys were to just sit here and pot shot, I mean, you guys could probably do well with your 2 snipers.
Okay, so here's my Evans. You guys are my Evans. Whatever. Does any of you have shielding or whatever it's called? Barrier, protect, whatever.
Yeah,
I have
barrier.
protect 1.
Okay. How many snipers do we have?
2.
2 snipers. Okay.
I mean, are we sure we don't want to just talk to them?
That's what I was
planning. They seem like they're not that bad.
Well, that's what I was planning on doing, but having sniper cover just in case shit goes sideways.
Did you feel?
Are you trying to send the Ebs in? Because
I'm gonna go with you. I'm gonna go with you.
If anybody has tactics, I could make suggestions.
I have tactics.
You're free to roll it, but it's a difficulty 10.
Yippee! I love rolling dice. I'd roll even if.
Did you fill on Did you fill on the group what they are?
It's pass with 1.
Pass with 1.
I don't. I get there. I'm almost there by 2. So no, I don't pass.
Did you botch?
No, I didn't botch.
Okay. Damocles, did you say something?
Oh yeah. I was just wondering if you filled the rest of the group in on what we're dealing with.
Yes, I told it.
Okay. Sorry.
As far as the tactics with 1 degree, you kind of get the feeling like, okay, well, y'all's group having several hardcore meleeers, like y'all's advantage would be up close. Given that they have more rifles than y'all have rifles, the advantage in the combat would be to them if y'all were to start a shooting match. Even if y'all have professionals, even if they don't have professionals, they still have and also those guns they have, the Shiver Gauss rifles. If they're not shooting ball bearings, which are the plastic BBs that the town shivers use, Mort City shivers use, they'd be shooting flechettes, and flechettes they're known for chewing up armor.
We need our armor.
Even if y'all toast these guys, it's going to be costly.
Okay. I'd suggest.
That being said, lots of guns and ammo, if you could carry it.
As long as they stay over there, we'll stay over here.
Damocles agrees that we should just continue on our way, make it to the bridgehead.
The only thing I'm worried about is if we do continue on our way, what if they get the sly idea to just their back's turned?
I'll offer another suggestion since you got tactics. You could dump the motorcycle and just go around them.
Well, this is my personal bike.
Yeah.
Well, you brought your personal bike and not take one to show.
Cody told me to bring it because
Oh,
it's the only one that could hold 2 people and be maneuverable.
Okay, let me retcon something really quick. The 3 bikes that Drew had were Shiver military bikes, and they had a cargo. They had a cargo, the little side seat with a cargo box. Then y'all could take the cargo boxes off and sit an extra person. Now, if you want to say you took one of those instead of your personal bike, yes, that's fine.
Yes.
Otherwise,
Okay, then I'm
okay, I was going to give you the
100%.
opportunity not to take your personal vehicle out here
Then yeah, I don't
and
care about ditching this
and
thing.
drive it through CS mud.
Yeah. I'm perfectly fine with dumping this thing,
Which
but
by,
I feel like it would be nice to have someone to watch our backs.
which by the way,
I
does
say
anybody
we-
have Scout Interface helmet on?
I do.
I didn't mention this, but everybody is getting super low levels of radiation.
Hmm.
Not dangerous. It's not any kind of not like it's like going to the beach, kind of radiation on a really hot day.
I suggest we try to talk through. Maybe they'll let us pass. If they don't,
I endorse that decision.
It's just campus
I would-
sector.
I would suggest go ahead and having weapons at the ready. Not necessarily aimed at them, but have them at the ready.
Make it clear we've got them, but don't necessarily be aggressive.
Yeah. Exactly.
Can't. I'll go try to find an advantageous position, and can Damocles stealth to find an advantage position?
Yeah,
If
you
shit were to
yeah
go
you,
down.
you could go grab a decent spot. If it comes up, I'll let you stealth. But
Okay.
either ways, you think you get a good spot.
All right. So who's the talker?
Hey, James.
Mhm.
Just for posterity here, can I find like a decent sized, decent length metal pipe just kind of in the detritus nearby?
Yeah, Drew, like you almost, if you were to trip and fall, this piece of rebar that you just picked up would have just totally impaled you because rebar is everywhere in Cannibal Sector. But you have a piece of rebar now at a convenient
Okay.
length of whatever you wanted.
Long enough
Plus
to be
3
seen from a
inches.
distance. Long enough to be seen at a distance.
Okay.
Just to make sure our intent is clear, I take off my ECM cloak and like affix it to the end of this and wave it.
Wave it around all friendly like.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, y'all
Try
are
to give a
talk?
signal that we're
y'all are about 3 football fields away, and you start waving a cape at them. That's pretty reasonable.
I'm guessing it's me, Drew, and Diamond.
So everybody's closing distance except for Damocles.
Cool.
Okay. Y'all walk up. When y'all get about 30 meters out, 3 of them step forward. The rest of them seem to be watching y'all. Some of them seem to be going about other business, but everybody's kind of watching y'all. The closer you get, you can see that there's probably about 15 carrion bodies laying on the ground out here. They look freshly killed, and several of these guys have like kind of Mac style knives out, and you can see a pile of guts over there in the corner where they've been gutting these things. You can see that they have chopped them up in some places into carryable masses, and they say, "Hey, how can we help you?"
No real help, just trying to pass through
Yeah, y'all on a mission or something?
or something.
Okay. Well, if y'all will be on your way, we'll be on ours.
That's all we can ask.
Perfect. And
I will start
and they
moving.
say they kind of get out of y'all's way. Y'all have to walk through the crowd of them. But y'all know that if y'all were to twitch a little too much, shots might start getting shot.
Yeah.
any iconography visible from this close up.
Give me a streetwise.
Okay.
It seems
Sure,
like
can I roll that
streetwise.
as well?
Yep. I'm gonna say it's not super obscure, but I'll make it a 10. I know I'm making y'all make hard rolls tonight, but
Let's go.
I you said 10?
yeah, I'll make it a 10.
Pass with 2 degrees.
I
Um,
passed with 1 degree.
2 degrees. That's pretty good. Drew, while they're not wearing any particular gang symbols or gang colors or any particular factions, markings, you do recognize that these guys actually are wearing a pretty standard jacket, like a standard trench coat, and you even notice like their boots. These are actually the clothes that you would recognize with a good enough streetwise roll and kind of with some of your background. These are the items issued to Northwest Compact settlers.
Huh, okay.
So these are actually people who from Mort who chose to come out here and make their way out here. And there's a big group of them, and apparently they're, for all intents and purposes, it seems to be they're hunting carrion for food.
So, hey, knowing that, one of the 3 that approached us, they appear to be the leaders of the group.
They seem to be the ones that are speaking, at least out of all of them.
Okay.
They seem to be a grizzled group of individuals.
Hey,
So, mhm.
go ahead.
So I want to approach the guys we spoke to again.
Sure. This
I,
this guy has a beard and a nice scarf and a little bit of gray on him.
I'm gonna approach him as well because I have a gift, but I'll let
And
you
you're a
go.
carrion and you have a helmet, or you're carrion and you don't have a helmet?
Helmet.
Okay.
I would like to go as well because I just want to know.
Oh,
Okay.
gift.
so I approach him and, hey, I just noticed the army. Y'all are settlers. Are trying to
When
make
you
a way
get
out here.
when you get a little too close, he kind of puts that stopping hand a little low, and you start talking about being settlers. He says, "Buddy, we don't need to know your business. You really don't need to know ours. Now, you could make a diplomacy check to see if you could smooth this over a little bit,
I mean,
if you want to."
I don't need diplomacy. If they don't want what I'm going to offer, fuck them.
Oh, I
I
have
just,
diplomacy.
You're welcome
well,
to
I
roll
just,
it if you want to make friends with them.
I do. I want to make friends with everyone.
I'm gonna say it's a 10. Wow,
A 10?
that's coming through loud. Yeah, it's a 10.
So pass, pass with 1 success.
And I don't mean to make everything difficult, but y'all are in cannibal sector, and it's torrential rain, and y'all are trying to have friendly street conversations. So how many degrees did you get?
1 success.
You got 1 degree of success.
Yes.
Okay. And Cody, you just seem to chit chat and banter with him a little bit and about some very topical things, and he seems to have relaxed a little bit, at least towards you. Um,
Yeah,
but
small talk about the weather.
but I will tell y'all, killing like carrion for food would definitely be illegal in the city of Mort.
lots of things are illegal in the city of Mort.
Yeah.
Anyway, to my point, I tell him, it's like, hey, look, now that I know you're not going to shoot us, figure I'll offer service. You got anyone who needs some healing while we're here? Could be
He
a lucky
he,
chance for you.
he looks a little taken aback, and he says, Drew, he's still super cautious. Give me a persuade roll or a persuade or a bribery at 4.
Mm,
I would
Cool.
normally I wouldn't make you test this, but
Cool. I have
there's
none
gonna
of
be a
them.
roll. Huh?
I
You
said,
have neither
cool. I
one.
have none of them.
So it's a 7. Let
Rolled
the
a 7 and a 9.
let the dice tell the story. He says,
So
Well, now that you mention it, he kind of like motions over to one of the guys in the back who's got his hand all wrapped up good. He says, "Give me a name."
Christopher.
Thomas.
Bubba.
He says, "Topher over here. He got clubbed with one of those hockey axes. Um, they got a little close to him. If you can do something about it, we'd appreciate it."
Oh, I can do more than a little about it. I go over and ask to see his hand.
The guy looks kind of suspicious at you, but he sticks out his muddy bandaged hand that you know is going to get infected, and he's going to lose fingers at best.
Yeah. All right. Well, I like unbandage it, take a look at it, and then I'll.
While you're doing this, the guy that you're talking to, he says we don't really got nothing to trade you for this. As if
I'm a doctor. It's my job.
he's kind of worried about you're going to ask for some stuff.
Nah, I just tell him I'm a doctor. It's my job.
Huh. Okay.
While he's doing all that, he's like, "Well, I've got a gift for you. This rain isn't exactly the warmest of weather, and I'm gonna pull out my bottle of whiskey and give it to him. Maybe this will help warm things up. I don't know if you're a drinking man, but
And are you fully armored from head to toe?
I guess
I mean,
I'm sure with
I
my
don't
voice
think
that
Carrion have a
he's
tail.
gonna hear it.
Huh?
No,
He's
they
gonna
don't.
hear my voice. I'm
Yeah.
sure he's gonna recognize it for what it is.
Yeah.
Although these carrion mean nothing to me.
Yeah. You reach that hand out with that bottle, and I think a little realization comes over his face, and then you realize he's probably smarter than most of the other ones, and he takes the bottle from you, and he looks at you warily and takes a small sip of it,
Alright.
and hands it back.
No, I was just giving it to him. He can have it.
He hands it
I
off
have an
to
extra.
he hands it
I have an
off to another one of the guys, who are standing there. Probably needs it more than him.
So I heal the guy that I'm looking at.
And Drew, you are tired because you've been up for over 24 hours at this point. This guy's
Mhm.
these guys got the red eye because they've been going through some shit. So anyways, what'd you do? Did you successfully heal him?
I did.
Okay. How much?
I mean, I healed him, so he'd get a wound and 7 hit points.
Okay. The guy kind of looks at it dumbfounded. He says, "What the hell? It doesn't even hurt anymore." And you pulled the bandage off. He says it's not even bleeding.
Never met an ebb, have you?
I can't afford that shit. He kind of sticks his nasty muddy hand up with the cut, and smear the rain washes off the mud, and he's showing everybody like you're Jesus or something.
Is the Messiah.
And the leader guys, he says, yeah, we appreciate that. Name's Jaffa.
Pleasure to meet you. Manimus.
He shakes your hand if you'll offer it.
I do.
He says, what do you guys fresh out here, or you've been out here before?
2 of us have. Me and the fellow there I indicate, Diamond. Or Sputnik.
Sputnik.
We've been out here before.
He says, well, he looks at Sputnik. He says, not a huge fan of Carrion, but he seems like a decent guy. But he might want to
Neither
check
am
on
I.
them armor mites.
So neither am I. They taste horrible.
Yeah, they do.
I'm just
Them
gonna
armor
slap
mites.
Sputnik's arm and be like, "That was a good
Yeah,
joke."
he points down at a lot of y'all who have been trudging through the mud in your armor, except for the Evans, because armor mites aren't a thing for Evans. He says, yeah, if you spend any time in the mud, you're gonna pick up armor mites.
Can Xenos get armor mites too?
No,
Okay, good.
just people with metal armor or power armor.
You know, a good way to get rid of the mites?
He says, well,
I bought
we
the spray that
we don't have any of that wall wash shit. Maybe back at camp. He says we might have some laying around somewhere. Um, he says, hold up, and he starts asking. He sends one of the guys to go ask around. Um, not too much longer. Like one of them produces like a half-empty can of some wall wash, and he says, yeah, that'll that'll help. I just, you know, you put it on there before, they do too much damage.
We appreciate it. You're a really nice person.
He says, so again, where are y'all headed?
Heading out to Endeavor.
They're sending more people out there.
So it seems.
Unfortunately,
As the rain's driving down, y'all are kind of speaking loud to each other in, high volumes so you can convey these messages. And he says, well, I'm gonna let you know the that 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 bloody skirmish they had a little while back. He said we passed nearby. We saw. I think there were a couple man machines over there. He says they were hiding and scraping around all those corpses over there. He says you might want to go around.
Thank you for the information.
He says I saw three.
If there's 3, there could be more.
Yeah. I don't. I mean, they could have wandered off by now, but I don't fuck with those things.
wise.
Um,
You don't want to either.
Nope.
he pulls out what appears to be a really really old map of the Northwest Compact before it's got all the political boundaries on it, and he just kind of he says we're here. He says there's a path we use over here, and he just points with like a pencil or a piece of stick or something, and he just kind of motions like how to take a circuitous route around Fothergill Lane right there. He says, well, I don't know much further up the path. I don't know. He says, and he kind of describes to you. He says there's some buildings with there's a building with a big blue fairy on the front of it. He says if you go through that building, you should be okay. You can come out the other side. There's a path. You'll see it. Someone with track will probably have to show you, but that's probably your best route, at least most of the way there.
Well, thank you for the information. I'm glad we'll be able to get it done.
He kind of nods and looks at the guy's hand again. He says, "Good work. It's glad we met up." He says, "But yeah, we got to head back to town pretty soon. We've got a pretty." He looks around, trying to correct himself. He says, "We've killed a bunch of carrions today."
Well,
I asked him about the town he's referring to. I asked him if he's got a settlement out here.
Yeah, it's the official settlement number 14. He seems to be kind of proud about the name of Town 14, and he kind of pulls up his little map, and you can see on his map the settlements, the human settlements, the mort-based settlements are kind of mapped out. He says we've been reclaiming some of these towers that are in decent condition, and over the last few years we've managed to make them pretty fair. We've got running water.
Oh, and if I get a picture of that,
He doesn't care. He's
Nice.
It's the official. It's like one of the official settler tour guides from like a couple years ago.
Yeah, I take a picture of the map so I have a reference for where these settlements are.
Like I said, y'all's is way more updated than his is, but his has a
Does ours
couple
have
different
that?
things. No, y'all's doesn't have the settlements on there.
Okay.
Anyways,
So I take a picture and add them to my own.
let's see. But yeah, he gave y'all some decent information, I guess. Maybe saved y'all some heartache, maybe.
In a form of metal death and rotting flesh.
I
Yes.
mean, avoiding mansions is usually a good day.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like if y'all were just one of those like murder hobo teams, you'd just be blasting through these guys about right now. And then you'd be
Yeah.
blasting through the man chains later.
Keep on blasting.
Just be shooting.
and then I was blasting him.
Anyways, I started blasting.
Yeah. So anyways,
I started
they'll chit
blasting.
chat with y'all, and they talk about some things, and um, I guess if y'all hang out with them for a little bit, they try to like barter some cigarettes and stuff off of y'all, just little things. They probably haven't been back to the hole in a while.
I'm gonna stay in the background, just keep an eye on the general group, make sure like none of them get wise, you know.
It, from what you've got a pretty good view of the crew, and doesn't seem to be doing anything nefarious.
Then I'll just do Overwatch over a general area, make sure nothing
Yeah.
nefarious comes in.
Yep.
Freak's just going to be waiting on the other side on the bike, just ready to go.
Okay.
Now, when you say barter,
Yeah.
are they like offering anything of note?
They do have some spritz clean. If y'all are good for it. Um, I think it's a credit for a bottle. Yeah, it seems like they actually have a fair supply of this spritz clean stuff. It's a sanitizer. Um,
Useful,
he does.
not
They do.
useful against the mites.
It's not, but I mean, he does explain. He says, if you don't have this shit out here, you're gonna get sick. So he passes you like a half empty bottle of it, just
Hmm.
for just for free.
Well,
He says you don't want to being out here getting the squirts, man. It's not worth it.
I ask him if he's got a injector.
He does not.
Ah,
They don't. They probably couldn't afford combat drugs.
well, I'll give them to him anyway. If he finds use of an injector, I pass him 3 kickstart.
Holy shit.
I've had them on my character sheet since the beginning.
Okay. Yeah.
By my nature, I don't use them.
He tells you anytime you come by. He says you're always welcome at Settlement 14.
Yeah. Try to stop in from time to time.
Um. Yeah. He just says y'all watch out there. It's fucking nuts with that vulture guy out there.
Vulture?
Say again.
Vulture?
Yeah, King Vulture. What do y'all aren't out here for him?
I don't
No,
know what
but
we're
we'd
out here
love
for.
to know more.
Shit, man. Last I mean, God, it's been the whole last week, man. This like it's been normal, but which is fucking hellish. But about a week ago, I guess there was some shivers coming out, and they stirred up this carrion conclave called King Vulture is what they've been calling him. And the reason they're saying that is because if you're watching the horizon and you see a big swarm of these croaks, the they're the ravens, in the
Mhm.
pictured here, he says yeah, and a bunch of them arrowhead cockroaches. He says they'll just swarm after they. I mean, there's I mean thousands of these guys. Not the croaks, but the fucking carrion conclave. It's huge. It's absolutely massive. I mean, it's just been moving across the compact. I mean, they knocking down anything that's in their way. I don't know why they're here, but they're definitely gonna do some damage. I figured that's why you guys are out here.
Oh,
But I mean, we've seen them. No, there's thousands of these fuckers.
hearing about it, I honestly hope that's what we're out here for.
He looks at you kind of incredulously. He says, "Don't take them too lightly, man. These ain't your city carrion. No offense."
Oh, I know. I just thought we were out here for something way worse.
Uh, well, I hope it's not too bad. But yeah, no, it's been some time since they've had. I mean, there's I mean, I'd guess there's 50,000 carrion out here in the compact. Just throwing numbers at it. I mean, just guessing. But this guy, he's dragging them all together. I don't know what he's got, but it must be something. He says,
Hopefully you can avoid him.
he says that's who all messed up all them shivers on the road, just up the road. They ran into one of his war bands.
Hmm.
I don't think the shivers did too well.
Do they ever?
Sometimes.
Hmm.
The guys out here generally know their shit, but they also know when to run. Unfortunately, carrying it pretty fast, and he looks at y'all's motorcycles, and vehicles ain't too good around here.
Yeah, we've learned that one all
Craig's
too
gonna
well.
perk up when she hears that and goes, "I'm not your everyday driver."
He gives you a little nod. He says, maybe when the rain lets up, the roads will clear, or the quote unquote roads will clear a little bit. But at least it's making it easier to hide as you move around out here. It's hard to see shit out here.
It's a true statement.
He says, you know, all these King Vulture guys. He kind of he looks down on the ground. He picks up a carrying hockey stick. But y'all see, you know, y'all have seen the ones in town. The carrying hockey sticks are typically just a piece of wood. It looks a lot like a hockey stick, but this one's got a serrated blade on it. He says, "Yeah, the ones out here ain't playing." And
But they are not.
he kind of throws it on the ground.
Well, thanks for the information.
He offers y'all a smoke before you go.
I will take him up on it as much as can be smoked in this rain.
Yeah. You
I
know what?
will politely decline.
I'm pretty sure the cigarettes for the cannibal sector shivers they could be lit in Mort's weather.
Waterproof paper.
He's got the Sons of the Forest lighter, okay? Maybe one that doesn't cast as much light.
Electrics.
Yep.
I'm
Everything's
gonna go
Alright.
ahead and start like kind of walking towards like the area
Get
so we
back to the
can
road.
like
Well, I
get
for
the
one am
fuck
glad
off.
we didn't go in guns blazing.
You could have. I mean, y'all got a bunch of gauze rifles.
Yeah, but I mean, these people realistically aren't hurting anybody. They're just trying to survive, man.
They're technically Mort civilians.
Yeah.
So yeah, they're actually the people y'all would normally be protecting.
Protecting.
That being said, they're not exactly on the up and up on all courses of action, but you know, you do
Yeah.
what you gotta do.
Alright.
Okay.
Alright.
If
Oh.
anybody wants some carrion meat, you know, you can always buy it here.
Jokingly, Rooney is gonna walk up to Sputnik and just be like, "I'm hungry," and like grab his arm and like pretend bite him.
Oh no!
Oh,
Season it first.
humanity.
Just
All
like
right.
out of nowhere, he's like,
Just
nom nom nom
nom.
nom.
Oh,
Season
God.
it first.
Nice. All right.
Alright.
So what are y'all
Looking
gonna
at the
do now?
map, I say we go ahead and head towards that trail that he said to take to kind of get around this Manchines or the potential of Manchines.
It
Yeah,
is
fuck
off
that.
the road.
Is it?
I look towards y'all's
But
bike.
it's a trail. We've already tossed it.
Y'all's bike?
No, it's right. We still have it. It's right at the edge of the crowd.
I mean, if y'all want to take it on the trail, it's gonna be nigh impossible. I will let you make the roll, but Or you could just stash it off the side of the road somewhere.
It is Ryder's makeshift bike for this game.
Mhm.
He can call that.
All right, I'll say this. Who all here has to worry about armor mites? Because I still have a can from the first time we were in this
The
hill.
only people are going to be you and Ryder
And
and
Brenna.
Brenna.
Has to worry about what?
Armor mites.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah.
You, Brenna, and Ryder.
So I've only got one can, and there's like what, another half can that we just got.
Yes.
So potentially, what's the treatment like on that?
You basically you use a quarter of the can of wall wash on your armor, and for about 24 hours, it'll kill all the mites that either are on it, or in it, or try to get in it. So basically, each can's worth about 4 days.
Okay,
If you get mites in it. And
a quarter of a can.
anytime you get in the mud is gonna be anytime you get in the mud, it's gonna basically you're gonna be
Yeah,
getting
yeah. So
probably getting mites.
that being said, if it's a quarter can usage, that's 6 usages with a can and a half. That's 3 people. It's 2 usages per person.
You can always
Good for-
survival and just check or weapons maintenance your stuff and see if you've picked up mites. But I'm gonna say that pretty much everybody's got them right now.
I say we go ahead and while we're here at
Me
this
neither.
encampment, or quote unquote encampment, it's not the settlement. I'm aware of that. But while we're here, I said we go ahead and treat it.
Yeah,
and then
sure.
we push on. We go ahead and push on.
Okay. Y'all can just go ahead and say y'all apply the wall wash, which is my favorite thing. By the way, if you do decide to spray the wall wash on someone's skin like a Xeno, let me know. And I'll roll
Xenos and
damage for you.
Evans don't need it.
Yeah, I'll roll damage for you.
Does Damocles know that armor mites doesn't affect Xenos?
Um, do you have a
Rooney
point?
will tell him.
If you have a point in survival, or you listen to Rooney.
Rooney will yell at him. Don't worry.
Yeah.
So I definitely remember the trouble that they posed last time. It's
Mhm.
not good. It's not good.
Over time,
Damocles
they will do lots of armor damage.
Damocles will give a thumbs up, but he's going to check one of his skin pouches, see if he has like any mites. Doesn't see any, and he just vibes.
Just your seed in your napkin. That's all you got.
Any update on the seed, by the way, or is it just normal?
It's just a seed in your pocket.
Alright, yep, put it away.
If you put topsoil in your pocket, let me know.
Alright. I grab a slap of mud, just slap
Remember
it
in Plants
No,
vs Zombies, the zombies that got like plants growing out of them?
Wait, was that in the second one or the first one?
I remember the
One of-
last of us.
I'm sure it's in one of them.
Yeah, I think it was the second one.
Yeah, like
As
the
far as
zombie.
I'm aware, there is no plant growing out of zombie thing, out of PVC
Oh,
stuff.
must have seen it
I
somewhere.
play the game vehemently.
You know, in The Last of Us, that fungus.
Yeah.
Unless
Oh.
you're talking about the mind control mushrooms, then you control zombies that way. But
All right, so yeah,
I digress.
Let's beat this path, Gus. Let's get
All
away
right.
from-
So I want somebody to see if they can keep the trail. It's gonna be a track roll.
I've got survival, not tracking.
Is it
Wait, I
tracking
got
with
tracking.
vision?
Track is a skill.
Wait, is there a skill trap?
Yes,
Yes,
there is.
there is.
Can I say I'm using my vision to help with this tracking?
I would
Yeah,
think it would be fair to use your vision bonus for this
Okay, so it's automatic to successes.
if you succeed on this. I'm gonna say it's just a 7.
I passed.
Oh yeah, that's a pass with 4 degrees.
Wow. Okay. And what'd you get? What'd you get, Diamond?
Pass with 3.
Y'all both scored obscenely well. But story changing success. Okay. Let's see. And that's a really unusual thing to roll anyways. So yeah, what you end up doing
All of
is
unusuals today. We
is
did lip syncing,
so given the size of their group, it's not super hard except for the fact that it's raining so hard. But you can see like while y'all end up going up this outcropping of rocks, there's absolutely no way that bike's gonna make it up here. Y'all could take the main road if you wanted to take the vehicle. But
No,
as
I
far as this
get that.
goes, y'all end up like following this trail, and it ends up leading into this collapsed building. Like just a window of a building that's on its side, and you can see pretty plainly with your track that a lot of people have been using this route. And basically you follow it, and it feels like it probably runs underground for a little while, and then it just comes out to daylight. And y'all do that about 4 times, and then you kind of reach the point where um, there's this building with a big blue fairy on it. Y'all can tell. I'm making an AI reference here if anybody's seen that movie.
Nope.
It's a super sad movie. Don't watch it. But so anyways, but with the track roll you got, you can see that there's like the epic level of success. You can see that there is some extremely super recent tracks that do not belong to humans near the entrance to this Blue Fairy building. You can see that they are insectoid and they are well. You got track. You blew it out of the water. You can tell it's arrowhead cockroaches. Not exactly the most deadly of foes, but it does seem like there's a bunch of them. And it seems like they went inside this building, perhaps following the stench or the tracks of the humans. Either ways, if they're here when the humans pass back through, they'll have to clear them out. Does anybody want to check it out, or do y'all want to avoid this building entirely and go around? It may cause y'all to get a little lost, but we can check it out.
Hmm.
I say we
Let's not get
Cockroaches
lost.
or man chains? That's
Yeah,
a hard choice.
I mean, there's the option of going down the main road.
I mean, I have animal husbandry.
Do you really? If you,
I have to have it for the
I,
DAC. I had to have animal
I,
husbandry too.
I will mention in canon there is someone with an arrowhead cockroach pet. So
oh my God, yes.
If that is actually adorable.
it's
So,
freaky.
because remember, I had to have. You told me animal husbandry too to have DAC to balance out DAC handling.
I mean, given
So,
enough time, you could tame one for sure.
well, not. I'm not looking to tame one, but it could be like, a thing of not having them kill us.
Okay, make an animal husbandry roll for me.
Okay,
I'm
we're
gonna make
full
it.
of weird rolls today.
I know. I'm just gonna
That
make it.
game,
I'm
that
gonna make it
name
a.
is
I'm gonna
just
make it a
weird.
10.
10 because they're hungry.
Hungry. I want to luck this because I have two
Okay,
luck.
he's burning the luck, guys.
Please.
Much
Yes,
better.
it's a pass.
Much better.
It's a pass with a degree.
Okay, I'll give you this much
Actually,
information about
hold on. It's
arrowhead.
knowledge. Would it be knowledge or charisma?
I think it's. I don't remember what it was. I'd have to look it up in the Cannibal Sector book or my custom rules. Either ways, you rolled high enough.
If it's the reason why is because if it's knowledge,
Hold on.
then this 5 doesn't make it. But if it's charisma, this 5 also this 5 makes it. So
Hold on.
it's a difference between another success.
Skills new. Animal husbandry is a knowledge skill.
Okay, so I pass with a degree.
Okay, I'm gonna give you this information, because you made the roll and you have a random skill that I'm gonna let you use because it seems like it would apply.
Yippee.
That was a pretty hard difficulty for fucking cockroaches. That the arrowhead cockroaches, while they can be extremely aggressive, especially when they're hungry, they're scavengers. So if you had something to bait them with, they would not be very aggressive to you. But you'd have to have
So
bait.
I'm gonna turn and look at them and the rest of the group and put my hands together and go. So, what are the chances that we can get one of those carrion bodies and use it to get the cockroaches out?
It's not that far to backtrack if y'all want to do that.
It's
I
this
mean-
or Machines or this and fighting the cockroaches.
Yeah. Damocles will track back real quick, grab the carrion body.
Trade him my bike.
I will say,
trade
if
him my
anybody
bike.
brought food with them, I don't know if anybody bought MREs since y'all
Oh, wait.
refused to talk to the
Yes.
shivers
More
at Hole
food is
2.
better.
Wait, did
More
anyone
food is better.
grab carrion meat from the camp? They were willing to give us some carrion meat that was cooked, if I remember correctly.
What are y'all deciding?
I mean,
We could
Nobody
trade the
bought any
bike.
carrion meat
We
when y'all were there.
we could try. We could trade the bike and get potentially a body, and that would hold them by for a good while, if not feed however many's in there.
A bike for a carrion corpse. I need to sell you some cars, or you need to sell me. I got some meat to sell you. I'm sorry.
sounds good to me.
You got some meat for him?
For a bike, sure.
I want to get as much meat as I can get for that bike.
All right. So who's going back to go wheel and deal? I would say it's probably about 15 minutes back, then 15 minutes here. Y'all going together? Y'all gonna
I'm gonna need
separate?
heavy lifters to drag bodies back.
I can go. I got
Are
some
we
Okay.
splitting the party? Is that what we're doing?
That sounds like a horrible idea.
I'm down.
I think that's a bad idea. It never ends well.
And let's all go back and then come back here, unless we want to turn and either go in there and fight these things, or we want to go fight the Manchines. It's up to you guys, but I'm giving you an easy out.
Let's go.
All right.
Yeah, let's go back.
Sounds like y'all are heading back. All right.
Yeah.
Y'all end up doubling back. Like I said, y'all got y'all's APC stuck, and it took y'all, almost 2 hours, and then y'all are using another 30 minutes here to backtrack and then go forward again. So it's gonna be about 45 minutes of lost time. Not that y'all are on a clock or anything, but y'all get back and you find that group and they're packing up to leave. And what do y'all say? As y'all come back up on them?
How many carrions? How much carrion meat can we get for a bike?
Which carrying meat can you get for a like a bicycle?
Points at the motorcycle.
Oh shit. He looks at you and says 3.
Then
Perfect.
3 it is.
He has one of the guys like point out 3 of the big gutted carrion bodies. You know, he says, we've got some of them cut down just to meat, if that's really what you want.
We need the meat. We're gonna be scratching your backs as well as getting ourselves where we need to go.
One of them literally comes up to you with a black trash bag, and it's just jammed full of like carrion fillets.
Take all of it. Take
It's
all
Yeah,
of it.
it's
we're gonna take
probably,
it
I
all.
don't know, it's like 40 pounds of just meat.
Oh, I can carry
Is
that.
that good?
Yeah, that'll be fine.
They look at y'all kind of incredulously, not knowing that y'all, are apparently connoisseurs of the carrion delicacy.
She'll kind of glare at him for a second. Go tell him that there's arrowhead cockroaches, and the best way to get rid of them is to distract them.
Oh, okay, all right. Hey, do what you will. And you hand him the keys for the bike.
Yeah,
Okay.
I never took them out. I could have just left with it, but they were dumb and didn't look at it.
Oh, okay. Well, I assume that they're not going to try to steal from operatives, but they could.
It's their bike now. Now they can deal with it.
Okay. So
Get it stuck in about half a mile.
y'all head back to the Blue Ferry.
To the Blue Ferry.
All right.
Uh,
Well, at least it's easy to, signify. Y'all get there, and so how are y'all going to approach this situation?
I gotta go dip. I'm sorry to cut, but yeah, I have to go.
All right. If you don't mind, we're just going to insert Scotty in your spot. Zeno for Zeno.
Yep.
We're probably not going to go a whole lot longer, but we're still in it
Yeah.
to win it.
Yeah, it's still good. It's still good. Yep. See you on Saturday then.
See ya.
Yeah, we should be our normal scheduled game. We're at about an
Have
hour
fun,
40 right
Jacob.
now.
All right, good. Good night, guys.
Good night,
Have
Good
fun.
night.
Bye.
Scotty. We're putting you in, coach.
Oh, yay!
All right.
I'd be doing the exact same thing, so it's fine.
All right. So Scotty's introduce your character real quick so we can move on.
Oh, Izzy the scout package.
So we lost a scout Xeno. We got a scout Xeno. We're good.
Yep.
All right. So
So
y'all head back to Blue Fair.
I have two setups for this. The first one is, can I stealth up to the door, and then can I detect hearing to hear if there's any of the cockroaches in like the main area?
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
All right.
I'm gonna say the difficulty is gonna be 7.
Good, because I have stealth 3, so
I want to see you fail and roll with your luck spit. Botch it.
I've got one more luck. Nope, I pass with. Let's see, what is that? I pass with 1, 2, 3 degrees.
All right, so I'm gonna say you
no,
sneak.
it's Dex for stealth.
Yeah.
4 degrees.
Epic story changing success again. All right, so you
Man.
stealth up. I'm just gonna say that like that you can get it in and out of the building without alerting anything. At least right now. Since you got such a high success, I'm gonna give you a bunch of extra information. So you get inside this building, and it looks like it's this building is centuries old. It's been weathered. It's had mud flows run through it. There's no original trash left in this building. So anything you see in here, like if you see like some chalk on the wall, it's something probably left by the settlers, during their passage through. Basically little secret notes they may leave for each other. Because the Carrions don't often speak human, and humans don't often speak Carrion. So you can see there is some kind of graffiti on the inside of this place. But sure as they told you, there is a common path that you can kind of follow, and it does go through some dark areas. One of those dark areas is just crawling. And what you see is there's about a dozen Doberman-sized cockroaches in here. Um, they 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 have these really nasty pincers, kind of like they're not the clawhead cockroaches like you see in Mort City. These are the arrowhead cockroaches. Um, the notable difference is the clawhead cockroaches actually spit acid. The arrowhead cockroaches have a much nastier bite. Um, but something's weird about these cockroaches. Something's off about them. In the fact that they have a strange purple hue to them, purple and green hue to them. Do you have either sector lore or biology or nature?
No, the best I have is still animal husbandry and academics
I'm just
and
gonna tell.
survival.
I'm gonna tell you. Oh yeah, you can roll survival. Yeah, I'll take survival. I'm gonna make the roll a little bit harder. I'm gonna say it's a 10.
This isn't a vision thing, so I can't use my
Nope,
eyesight.
not vision related.
Give me a 10. It gave me a 10. Pass with a degree.
Okay. You know well enough about surviving outside because, like, this is one of the things that they would teach you in survival school is that sometimes in the wastelands of Mort, you might find discolored bugs, especially it's bugs, but sometimes you can find discolored animals. Um, this particular coloration would lead you to believe that these things have been infected by KZ-14. It's a particularly virulent disease. It's called the mutant virus. So while these things are not a challenge in any way for your group, um, any kind of content or perhaps even like eating these things would be extraordinarily hazardous to your health. Not poisonous, but hazardous to your health. Um, you definitely don't want to. You definitely don't want to have a scrap with these and get cut by one. or bitten by one, or eat one. That being said, with your survival check, most arrowhead cockroaches are actually they're actually fairly nutritious, and they're not disgusting, is what you hear, which is something
Okay.
weird.
So I'm gonna do a detect vision, and I want to see if there's a far enough away room
Well, well,
that
your survival
we.
test will tell you if you literally take that
Oh,
big bag of meat and just go throw it in the corner, like way off in the dark, like they'll go over there and they'll be out of the way. I'll give
okay.
that much to you.
So I'm gonna quietly go back and be like, all right, who can throw the farthest?
Does anybody have throw?
I mean, you don't have to throw it. You can literally just walk it over there, just drop it.
Oh, if I can just do that, then yeah, I'll just walk it over there.
It's
And then,
this is purely a situation where you're just leaving some food out, and they're gonna eventually go over to it, and then they'll just sit there and eat it, and y'all just walk through.
okay, then that's what we'll do then.
An easily defeated encounter, since you're not getting XP for killing monsters like Dungeons and Dragons. You know,
Hey,
God, I
That's
intended you
why I
would
do
have so many more
milestones.
fights,
That's why I
Mhm.
do milestones.
but whatever. All right. So, do y'all all end up going through the building, getting that done?
Yeah.
If
Yeah, with
it
now no fear of
goes
cockroach.
well,
And yeah, and again, there was absolutely no way in hell y'all were going to be able to take that motorcycle through here.
Right.
Small amounts of climbing are required.
Writes down things I'm glad for. Read lips. Animal husbandry. Vision.
I've actually complained about reed lips because it was like in a setting where everyone wears helmets, reed lips is so much less useful. But you
He has
used it,
disproved you.
you've used it, and it was used to good effect. So I what can I say? All right. So y'all make it through.
Hmm.
I'm just trying to catch up to my notes here. Oh, here we are. Um, so and y'all did roll high enough on that track that y'all ended up. Y'all can come out of that building and head back to the actual Fothergill lane, having kind of bypassed what was known to be a particularly dangerous section for the time being. And y'all are effectively mountain climbing for part of this because there's just big piles of rocks and debris, and y'all are. I mean, it is a destroyed city. This is in no way like just a mildly dirty apocalypse city. 20 years after an apocalypse, this is a city that's been like this for centuries. It is there is flora. I mean, there are some like thorny vines like here and there. Like, there's some plants that look like they're probably dangerous in their own right. Um, but generally there's not a lot of them. There is definitely molds and funguses. There's mushrooms here and there. It's not completely devoid of life. It's not just a bunch of predators out here wandering in the wilderness. Um, Matter of fact, even at some point, one of you sees what looks like one of those. It looks like somebody laid out a bag of that carrion meat, and like as y'all kind of get near it, like it moves, and you realize it's some kind of flatworm with teeth, and y'all just keep moving on because it's best to just leave stuff like that alone. But
I would say we're making good time though, for
I
what
would
it's
say
worth.
y'all are making pretty awesome progress considering y'all haven't taken any damage besides the armor mites, and that's going to be mitigated, so y'all probably won't even take anything from that. Um, y'all
Yeah,
get
we
back.
treated them before we left the little encounter village, so we shouldn't have them for another day.
It is correct, or that is correct. So you guys get back out on the road, and I'm going to need detect checks across the board.
Vision.
Yep, vision-based detect. Gonna be a difficulty. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna say. Hold on. I'm gonna say 10. Always a 10.
my God, someone doesn't stop fucking with my dice.
Pass the two.
When I say someone, I mean Drew.
You know, if my color was
pass with
pink, I'd probably be
pass
fucking with you a
with
lot less.
I got a pass with 1 degree success.
All right,
pass
Scotty
4
got
degrees
one.
because of vision.
2 degrees.
Okay, freaking Krieg, man.
Listen, I don't say shit like that because now the first time I go to get a shot off, like would shoot my rifle, I'm gonna roll nothing but ones, and then it's gonna be like, oh, you shot Damocles and or Scotty's character in the back of the shoulder and pushed him into someone else and tricked the trip mine or
I
something.
mean, it is your
It
time
was
to
all
shine.
part of your plan.
Look, y'all are gonna be like, y'all are gonna miss him so bad when he gets killed out
What
here.
are we rolling for?
Yeah, whenever Creed dies, you guys are gonna miss her so much out here.
Y'all are looking for a 7.
She wasn't ready.
3
Oh wait,
degrees.
it was I thought you said it was a 10.
Pass.
No, 10.
Pass.
10. I'm sorry, 10. My bad.
Cuddy passed with 3 degrees.
Okay.
If
Y'all,
it was a 7 or a 10.
10. I'm sorry.
Okay, then
I
2
was
degrees.
trying to be nice when I thought about it again. But like I keep saying, like, okay, my standard difficulty plus torrential rain, standard difficulty plus torrential rain. Those of you with scout helmets can see, you know, I mean, if you were on IR or thermal, you know, you would see there's thermal spots up ahead. But those of you who are just, you know, walking out random vision. By the way, it's getting to afternoon. Um, Krieg, you can plainly see. And you pull out your rifle, I assume, to get the best view possible, unless you have a
Yeah.
scout helmet as well.
No, I don't. I just got the rifle.
And I'm just gonna give you the description because you rolled the best. You got epic story changing success on this one, and like I said, I like to give the good details for those kinds of rolls. You can see this is like I told you, this is kind of what's known as Fothergill Lane. It's not a road so much as just a semi-cleared area that leads straight to Endeavor. And you notice again, there's a row of barbed wire that runs along this place. It's broken in a lot of places. But you can see what looks like a trio of humans walking along the road. They're in a bad way. You can see that one of them is wearing what looks like Malmass armor. That's definite Slay make armor, but it's you can see with your epic success, they've got ECM cloak, they've got camouflage, they've got ghillie. I mean, they're done to the nines. But he's walking in the middle of the road. You can also see that he's got a Finn AR, another Slay item. And with your epic success, I'd say you could probably see it looks like you can see he's got CS shiver markings. But you could just from his dress, you can say he's a sector ranger. But he's walking in the middle of the road because next to him, you can see there's a shiver with another shiver with his arm thrown over his neck because the third man is missing an entire leg and an entire arm, and they are it seems like the ranger looking guy is on lookout, and the other guy is just carrying this other guy. The two of them are CS shivers. They look bad off. Like you can tell, the one of them he's just covered in blood despite the rain, and you can see the other one that's carrying the other guy. He's got a bleeding chest wound. They are wrapped up a little bit, but it doesn't look like they're wrapped up all the way. They are in a bad way. The sector ranger looking guy does not appear to be injured from what you can tell, but he does appear to be scuffed up a little bit. They are about 500 meters out. I'm gonna see if the sector ranger notices you. I rolled a 1, so fuck it.
So
he
I'll relay what I
apparently does
see
not
to
notice
them.
you.
I'll
And
relay
they are
what I see
walking
to
towards
everyone.
y'all.
Do we want to wait or do we want to walk out?
I mean,
It
it
looks
wouldn't
like
cost
they're
y'all much
officials.
many bullets to finish this one.
So
Free Finn AR.
But
Those
But
that
they're
would
still
like
they're
participate.
They're
They
they're
need.
they're slay military.
yeah.
Most of them are going to bleed to death if we don't intervene. So it's a choice of, do you guys want to take what they got, or do you want to help them? I'm fine with either direction.
Wow, that's fucking
I
brutal.
say we go help them.
That's that
I vote
sociopath
help.
3 I gotta endorse.
Let's go help.
Yeah, I look to Rooney and Animus and be like, "Can we assist?"
I vote we help.
Sure, let's help.
Helping's good.
Let's see. Okay, there we go. So how do y'all approach this? Y'all just walk down the center of the road with these guys, or y'all?
I assume we'll just
They're
come
not
out.
moving fast.
I assume in much a similar way, I'll take a piece of rebar or something and make a
Make yourself
flag or
noticeable.
something.
Like
Make a scene to him.
I am gonna say, Creek, you get this kind of funny. It's almost funny, kind of like oh fuck moment, because like the moment Drew starts waving this fucking flag, like that the sector ranger just hits the ground, and he's taking aim at Drew already. It's probably
Yeah.
just one of those instinct things. Um, but and it you see the other shivers just kind of pause in the middle of the road before trying to duck down a little bit. Um, but
You had to go and spook them.
you guys start
Could
getting
have just teleported in front of him.
you guys start getting mic
Not
chatter on the
here.
radio. You see
She's gonna call out over the
you hear
radio. If they're coming through a radio, she'll call back to them and say, "Stop! Stop! Stop! Stop!"
yeah, you start hearing like what sounds like military call code talk on the radio. Y'all do not know their code talk. Like they're just calling out random words, expecting y'all to say some other random words. You've heard this before. And
I
you're
say
now
we
what are you at
respond
600 meters? You're outside of like voice
I
range.
say we respond with red,
Alright.
blue, green, yellow.
Y'all do have their channel if you want to get on their channel.
You're not out of my.
I guess I'll go over the radio then. I mean, I can see him aiming, right?
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
Did you get at least one success on detect?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you can see him. Otherwise, it'd be like they see him, but you don't see him,
Yeah.
and you're waving.
No, I wave the flag and I go over the radio and say, "We're hold fire. We're slay operatives.
You hear
I
him
don't
say.
know that fucking code shit you use."
You hear him. He starts making reference to like football games last week. He says who won the what who won Gore Zone last week?
Fucking no, I don't watch that shit.
Give me like a persuade to see if he'll start believing you.
Could I intimidate?
I mean, you're pretty intimidating now.
Yeah, like, could I get an intimidate on?
That being
over
said,
the
like
radio?
sector rangers don't act well to intimidation, but you can.
Well, if I make
Will
him
not
shit
have gotten
himself, there's a
persuade.
difference between failing and him shitting himself.
Yeah, that's true.
I did not pass on a persuade.
Um.
I'll hold off on the intimidate.
All right. Well, hold on. Drew, did you fail or did you botch?
What was the DC? He never gave.
Oh, I'm sorry. Give me a 7,
No botch.
not a botch. Drew, y'all squad. Y'all hear it sounds like a bullet whiz over y'all's head, and you hear over the radio, put a badge in the air, or the next one's your head.
I hold my badge up and then shout into the radio, "Try it again. You'll figure out ebb powers are a lot more effective.
I'm gonna
I can
grab the radio
take your
out of his
fucking
hand.
head from here, you son of a..." Fading
I'm
off
gonna
into the distance as
I
the
will
radio
say
gets yanked.
I will say he does have a silencer, but you could hear it whiz over your head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna grab the radio and be like, "Look, we have badges. We are more than happy to talk. We are not trying to start a fight."
He's the guy. You can the mic goes silent for just a minute. And you can see that the guy that's the shiver that's carrying the wounded guy, he lays that guy down, and the sector ranger guy, he's got good cover by now, by the way. He waves the shiver forward. He says I'm sending a guy out to talk. You send one guy forward. Don't try any funny business.
I'm gonna go forward.
I'm gonna train my sights on him.
Yeah, I mean, you can see him looking at you too. Actually,
Yeah.
no. You can tell he's probably angled at Drew.
I will make a stealth check to make sure that bitch doesn't see me.
Why? You should just wave at him.
Well,
I'm
you know
gonna-
what?
No,
He's
Drew
not
waved
even
at
looking. I'm not worried about you right now because Drew's waving a fucking ECM cloak.
Yeah, so I've got my little.
Cloak
I got
down.
my
I've got a
sight on
finger up
him
in the air
hard.
at this point.
Did anybody put a badge up?
I
Drew
did.
did.
Okay, all right.
A badge in one hand and flipping him off with the other.
Sector Rangers don't play. And neither do y'all.
I was about to say, neither do fucking ops.
So who's going forward?
Me, Rooney.
Cody. Okay, all right. Cody. It takes you a little while because it's still 300 meters, or it was 600 meters. So you meet this limping looks like gray armored shiver about halfway. He stops about 20 meters off, and you're obviously an Eben. You're obviously wearing a death suit. You obviously have a badge. Um, and this guy's holding, kind of holding himself. Unlike unlike the sector ranger, he kind of gives you he gives you a salute. He says, "Private listener, sir."
You're fine.
He says, "I take it you're a bunch of ops. My Ranger Wolf's not had such a good time out here apparently."
It's fun. We just need him to understand that, we're not looking for a shootout.
He says, "Do you have a doctor?"
We have many. We have 2 Ebons that can heal, so.
He says,
Only one that can do well, though.
Look here, bitch.
he says, look, he says the sergeant's not gonna make it too long, I don't think. He gets on his mic and you guys can hear kind of over a common channel. He says it's legit, man. We're good. Chill out.
Yeah.
And anyways,
I'm gonna kind of wave at our guys and tell them to come on.
he says if you get, yeah, sergeant's not gonna make it too long. If somebody can come help out.
I will go help the sergeant.
Okay, y'all walk over there.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all
I
see
wanna
that
make a
the
point.
sector ranger, he gets up to a knee. He's kind of taking a resting position, but he's not
I want to make a point. I want to stealth up on this bitch.
all right. Since I rolled a 1 earlier, I'm not going to have him do anything crazy. But I will say the
That'll
difficulty is
be
going
a
to be a
pass.
10.
Yeah, that'll be a pass with 3 degrees then. Stealth 3 and plus 4 dex.
You do the impressive thing of sneaking up on a sector ranger, which is no
And
easy feat.
when I get up next to him, I'm gonna with a very angry tone in my voice say, "Don't you ever shoot at me or my team again."
He obviously you caught him off guard, and he looks over at you but doesn't swing his rifle to you. You know.
Oh, I'm having mine already like at a glance, like I could flick it up and just shoot him.
He says it's
It's
been a
on.
rough day.
I'm just gonna walk up behind Ryder and be like, "Oh, someone's being protective, aren't they?"
I will
Just walk
feed
away.
you to the cockroaches,
Bear,
bird.
I'm just gonna let y'all know that this
Not a
guy,
bird.
the sergeant, like y'all can see from his stripes, but this sergeant guy, like you're surprised he's still alive. He is like pale as death. And true to my description earlier, he has had 2 limbs lopped off. And they have been dragging this guy presumably for miles. Um,
How rude.
How's he not dead already?
he's tied off pretty good. But
He's got some good turn.
it looks like any drugs that they had were probably used on this guy, and you know, without immediate medical care, this guy's gonna bite it. Even without the medicine roll. But Drew, what do you got?
I mean, if he's seriously injured, I'm gonna hit him with an ebb heal.
Okay, go ahead,
If he
roll it.
heals a wound, will he regrow with damage?
No, no,
No.
it's not regeneration.
So
And
if ones don't,
I think even Stormer regeneration doesn't regenerate arms and legs. It'll regenerate health.
mm-hmm. All right. So if ones don't auto fail, then 4 degrees. So they get
Okay,
it.
so you get your flux back.
Yes.
I mean, visibly that helps a little bit, but this guy's got multiple wounds. Or how many wounds does that heal? Just one?
Just one. I hit him again.
Okay, I'll say if you can get him twice, that'll be pretty nice.
I mean, even with a 1, I can't fail it. So
Okay, well you're using flux is what I guess I'm getting at.
yeah.
And
Well, that's what I mean. I'm gonna get the flux back.
yeah,
4 dice.
he says his name's Sergeant Robbins, but and honestly he passes out the moment you start healing him anyways. Because the guy was on death's door. He's still on death's door. Just because he's lost
Mhm.
2 limbs. This guy's been like his armor is, or he's not wearing armor anymore. I would say it was shredded. And then this other guy, private listener. He looks like he's been hit several times with bladed hockey axes. Just to say, um, the ranger does not look like he's been scratched. That being said, it looks like he's been thrown down a hill. That
To
kind of.
heal the private too.
Okay, perfect. Yeah. They start going over and just talking to you guys. They say, "Yeah, we used all our meds on the other guys, but they didn't make it."
What happened?
Um, we were we were part of a convoy yesterday. Um, and we've been just getting hit over and over and over again. We were right outside of Endeavor, and the fuckers they they put fucking traps in the road and couldn't see them with all the damn rain. Um, our APC went down in the mud. You could barely see it, and the trucks they just got swarmed. He said there was, I don't know, a couple hundred of those fuckers. Um, about 12 of us got away from the trucks, but they got the rest of us. So I don't know where the other guys are. We had we had 3 other guys early this morning, but they didn't make it.
Best to assume that if they're not here, just don't worry about it. Do everything you can to survive.
He says, we're heading back to the hole. I mean, there's no way we're getting to Endeavor. Um, if they kind of look at y'all like, could y'all escort them all the way back to the hole?
No.
Because the
We
one
can tell them about the. You can tell them about the path we took.
well, they do say like we might be able to follow the Fothergill. This is the fastest way back. And if y'all guys just come from there, it's probably okay.
Have y'all fought any Manchines yet?
They look kind of pale, and Sector Ranger spits.
Well, we were avoiding the road to avoid Manchines, so if you haven't dealt with them, I recommend not following the road.
The Ranger says we don't got nothing to deal with Manchines right now. Um, he says Sergeant's not going to make it all the way back if we take the lane. Um, Where you guys headed to Endeavor?
Yep.
Fuck. Ah, you can tell that they're they're in a pickle.
I mean, the question is, are we strictly near Bridgehead?
Y'all ask him.
Yeah, sure.
Well, he
How
says
near to Bridgehead
he
are we?
says Endeavor's less than 4 miles. He points down the direction of the lane. He says we get much closer on a clear day, you'd see it.
Clear days.
They're hard to come by. The sector ranger's the one doing the talking. The private does not seem green as grass, but not as seasoned as the ranger.
I'm
How
gonna tell them to follow the path, and at the end of the path, if they come up on a group, did we get a guy's name?
Oh, which guy? The ranger?
The leader.
the leader of the
Oh,
people?
Jaffa.
If you come up on a group, just yell for Jaffa. Tell him the group that just came through asked for y'all to pass through, and if they have anything for immediate help, to at least let y'all rest for a few. They may not, but they should at least let y'all pass without issue.
The ranger guy stands up and comes over away from the private. He since Cody's the one talking and seems talking between Cody and Drew, I guess. Um, he says
Mhm.
he says that sergeant's not going to make it back to the hole. Um, we might be able. He might make it if we could follow y'all to Endeavor.
Follow us to Endeavor. We cannot guarantee your safety.
He says, I mean, I've been out here long enough. If we get swarmed, we gotta run. That guy ain't running.
Feel like
It's
let
just the way
us
it is.
If you're willing
let us
to,
talk. I'm gonna kind of pull Drew to the side.
Okay.
Should we let him?
if they're willing, I mean, it's an extra gun.
It's a lot of extra guns. Well, 2 extra guns.
As long
And
as
there's
they
no
understand
reason to
that we're not
not.
gonna protect them.
I mean, you may not.
I mean,
Choices.
I'm for it. Let them tag along, in my opinion.
Does anybody else want to chime in on this since those two are speaking? Y'all have gotten away from the Ranger Wolf, where y'all can actually speak to one another if you want to privately.
anyone
I'm
else
just gonna
have any
keep a lookout on the surrounding area.
It's probably not a bad idea.
Greeg's just gonna
Scully's
keep
Do you
looking
want to?
behind you.
Do you want to detect check then?
I would if I'm gonna pull some shenanigans on you, I'll ask.
Well, if he asks for detect, shenanigans are coming.
Yeah.
Greeg's just gonna keep a glare on the sergeant, mainly because being shot at after all that's got happened today has kind of piqued her anger.
Yeah, I mean, regardless of this shitty detect check, the sector ranger definitely has ranks in rifle and a decent rifle to use.
Drew, leave my damn dice alone. Anyway,
All right, y'all come up with an idea, and we'll set a course of action here.
Brenna, Diamond, do y'all have any issues with them coming along?
No. We
Okay.
had
Any thoughts?
we had people with us last time.
Y'all did. Y'all have often picked up shivers on this road.
Cannon fodder. All
I mean,
right.
last time they
I
were.
will walk back over and tell them that they can come with us.
See, this is the reason why we need the flatbed, so I can
The sergeant doesn't really respond because he's like, if he's conscious, like he's just He's just barely there. The private says, "We got y'all."
We'll see what we can do.
Anyways, you can see that the sergeant has had his weapons stripped, and you know that the private has actually got all his weapons, just because of it. A private's not supposed to have those grade of weapons.
Do shout out to Sputnik and Scully. Hey, one of y'all want to help Private here?
Okay.
Hey, what you need?
He says I can manage if you guys can lead us, I can manage, and if we get into a firefight, you can count on me. And
All right.
the ranger
Yeah,
kind of
sure.
just looks over the whole situation. He says, "This could get ugly, but I if you guys stand, I'll stand."
Just
Double check for
remember
when
to
is
be
it not
nice
ugly.
to Ryder, or else she doesn't react very well.
She's
Nods.
gonna shoot a glare at Cody's character as he speaks, but then just go back to the ranger.
All right. So you guys decide to set a course for Endeavor, regardless of the consequences, with some wounded people in tow. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta love Cannibal Sector. All right. Well, what I'm gonna do here is we're going to set y'all walking on the road, a la Eli, and I guess if this is a good stopping point for everybody, we'll cut it off here. I think we are at 2.5 hours. So is this a good stopping point for y'all?
I think so.
Yeah.
I'm good to keep going.
I have to say, because of situational roles, this has been a much more pleasant stroll than the first time here.
I'm just gonna say,
I
like, you
have
guys
a
have avoided
feeling
some
that isn't
serious
gonna
shit
last
so
long.
far.
I have a
I-
feeling that's not gonna last long.
I have felt a pit in my stomach every time we've come close to.
Are you still recording?
I'm gonna go ahead and cut this recording off here, but before I cut it off, I want to say 2 XP for everybody, and we'll pick it up soon. And peace out on episode. Was this 10? Yeah, 10, I think.
Yep.